Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am talking to the student athletes, okay? Today it's all about building your brand 101 for student athletes. And I know you're probably wondering, what does a brand have to do with athletics? It has a lot to do with athletics. Your brand, or a brand, it's not just essential for entrepreneurs, it's not just essential for celebrities, and it's not even just essential for professional athletes, which is maybe where your mind went first. Your brand is something that helps you stay the course of your athletic career. And it's also an essential element to help you achieve success as an athlete. And so today I'm going to hone in on 3 elements, just 3. I'm going to talk to you about develop, how you're developing your game. Then we're going to talk about capture, how you're capturing your game. And then we're going to talk about the impact of your game on others. And those 3 elements are something that I really want you guys to focus on as you are creating your own brand. So let's get started. Number 1, develop. Develop is the most important element of your brand because it's constant. It's never ending. When you're going through your development phase, this is comprised of so many different elements of your game, of your identity. And as you may already know, your identity is a constant process. You're always going to be continuously fine-tuning your identity. And as a student athlete, the way that you fine-tune your identity is the way that you play your game. When you are developing your skill sets, you have to understand what your goals are, right? You have to understand the end goal of your game. And that's going to include, what are my skill sets? What skill sets do I need to become better in and sharper with? And so as we talk about skills, that's the first part of your development process, right? The skill sets that you already have, and also the skill sets that you still need to develop and still want to continue to fine tune. That's one of the first components of the development element. The next component that I really want you guys to think about is your leadership. Now we're talking about self-leadership, which includes discipline, right? The way that you govern yourself, but also team leadership. Oh my goodness, just for a professional, the way that employers look to see your style of leadership and the way that you get along with others and can work with others, this is such an important component of your development process as well, because it's important to understand how you work with others and how you work with your teammates. And so that's why it's also part of the development element, because team leadership and self-leadership, it's always going to be a continuous process. And it's something that you need to have in the back of your mind as something that you want to always address whenever you can. Find ways to make sure you are elevating your skills as well as your leadership. And along with those 2 components, you have your work ethic. Work ethic is the crux of your development, right? Because in order for you to become a better skilled athlete, in order for you to become a better leader, you have to have strong work ethic. Hard work still gets by with everything. You go so far with hard work and with a great work ethic. And that's just the truth of it. You're not going to go far without a strong and balanced work ethic, strong leadership, as well as strong skill sets. And the fourth part of the development element that kind of rounds it out is your attitude. Where is your mental game? Again, your mental game is something that, again, part of the development element, you want to continuously develop and hone in on and really pay attention to, because your attitude, the way that you carry yourself, is very important to your athletic career as well. I'm sure many of you have thought about where you want to go, right? After middle school, after high school, you've thought about your dreams of where you want your athletic career to take you. Well, as you all know, we live in the digital age, now more than ever, right? So what are you doing to capture your game? That's one of the most important things right now. The way that you capture your game is by film. Videotaping your games is so essential to your game because, again, it's a way that you increase your exposure. documenting your game and creating a highlight reel, it's so traditional, but it's so worth it. You guys will be doing yourself a disservice if you are not filming yourself, especially when you get to the stage of high school, and if you're playing AAU or whatever it is, or another elite type of league. That is something that you need to document, because there's going to come a time where a recruiter that you're dying to see, that you want to come to, you want them to come to your game, but what if they can't? Stats take you a long way, sure, but at the end of the day, you still have to have something documented that you can present. And so capturing yourself and having a highlight reel, or just start creating a collection, is something that you can begin thinking about regardless of what stage of the game you're in. But specifically for someone getting ready for college, this is a very important part of building your brand, because your brand, again, skill sets, right? And it's something that's going to help propel you in your athletic career. So document it. Have your collection, or start building your collection of highlights that you can present to recruiters and to schools, which is going to increase your exposure. What is the impact that you are having on your teammates? Now, I know, going back to when we first started talking about building your brand, it's an independent process that deals with your identity. But the funny thing is, it's still a part of the process that you need to be aware of how you're impacting others. How is your development impacting your teammates? Where are you in the stage of building your brand? Where's your work ethic? How is your leadership? How are you coming across to your team, which is going to also underscore the effectiveness of your team leadership, right? So the impact that you have on others and your teammates goes a long way and shows others the type of brand that you have. And so again, rounding out your self-brand, it is contingent upon how you impact and how others see you. And so again, when you're building your brand, athletes, remember your development process. Remember that capturing your development process, which includes your skill sets and everything, is very important, so you can get those highlights and increase your exposure to colleges and to people that need to see your skill sets to get to that next level. And then impact. Hone in, understand, identify how you're impacting others. And those are 3 key ways, 3 key elements of how you can build your athletic brand successfully.